Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hull City in Football Manager 2018. And since last episode, I have actually played quite a few games. So last episode, we managed to beat Newcastle away. Since we had a very crappy, frustrating loss at home versus Leicester, we completely dominating things, and yeah, this was such an unfair result. Then we bounced back with a big win away versus Wigo in the Euro Cup, and we followed that up with a win away versus Stoke in the league, and another win at home versus Wolves in the league, and then yet another huge win in the Euro Cup. Like, look at these Euro Cup results. We are cruising through it. Like, it's just like, look at this. We are cruising through the Euro Cup, completely dominating in our group, winning every game, huge. And I'm even like using, most of the times I'm using a weaker team for the Euro Cup, and still we are dominating things. That is good news. But that points we lost versus Leicester was definitely frustrating. We really should have lost that game. And that brings us to this league table. So we are currently in 4th place. That's fantastic. But it's a huge gap up to 3rd place. And it's a very small gap down. As you can see, we are 2 teams with 22 points. We have 1 team with 21, another 2 with 20 points, and then a few with 18. So in just like 2-3 rounds, we could be down where some were in this land. Today we are playing Tottenham, and Tottenham, as you can see, are 2 points behind us, which means if we lose today, they will overtake us. So right now, pretty decent situation. As you know, things can change very quickly. One thing that's been a bit annoying this season, we have actually picked up quite a few, mostly yellow cards, but also like a red card and so on. So based on that, I've actually changed some instructions. Most worrisome has been my fullbacks. My fullbacks, I feel like they are getting yellow cards in every single game. And Paslak was even suspended for a red card a few weeks ago. And because of that, I've actually changed my team instructions to have my fullbacks to ease off tackles. I'm not sure if it's going to help or if something bad will come from it, but I'm going to try it. As you can see, Moreno here is currently suspended. Paslak was recently suspended. He's risking getting suspended again because of yellow cards. Lukaku was suspended a few weeks ago. I really feel like we need to change something because of all those cards our fullbacks picked up. Well, but we'll have to wait and see if it works or not. Other than that, the big thing, it's an injury on Chamelain, and he actually got a 5-week injury, I believe it was. But there's been like an international break, or been some time since they got it. So it's only 10 days to 3 weeks left, so he will be back pretty soon, and that's good news because we need him, because he's been sensational this season. You already know it's currently 3rd place in average rating. He's been brilliant. But yeah, today we are up against Tottenham. And Tottenham, because of that, I was talking about that earlier this season. I think it was in the 2nd episode. But because of them missing out on a spot in Europe, a spot in Champions League, a few of their players became transfer listed by request, so they were actually forced to sell, I believe, like Ericsson and Delali and maybe somebody else. So they had to sell some pretty decent players. They have brought in Cavani though as a free transfer for this season, so they are actually using Hurricane as an inside forward here. So even though they have lost some players, they definitely have some quality on the pitch. But I still feel like they missing out on that probably have been bad for their morale, and it have been made it harder for them to sign players again, and that's good news for us. But last time we played against them, we lost, and we need to bring that up. As always, we all Tottenham, after what happened in our last match, go out there and get revenge, and, well, half of them agrees. But yeah, this is an extremely important game, as you saw. If we win this game, we will keep on living in the Champions League land. But if we lose this game, we will fall down and Tottenham will overtake us for the Champions League dream, and we will be in Nightmare Land instead. And of course, an early chance for Tottenham is a corner. We have cleared it, but it comes back quickly, and oh my god, that was just outside the post. So a very, very dangerous start here. I'm keeping track of the statistics, see what's happened, if it's goes towards any direction. Here's Afonso Sosa for Bowen. And I didn't mention it, but because the Ox is injured, I actually brought up a right winger from a youth team. He's kind of not ready. He's definitely not Premier League level, but I just brought him up to have for some extra rotation or backup, because, I mean, Bowen is going to have a very tough schedule now if he's going to be playing in both Europe and in the league. So if we get the chance, we're going to rotate him, but I doubt it's going to happen in this game because we're already under some serious pressure. Here's Kane into the box, and I'm not sure what that was from Joe Hart, but at least it wasn't a goal. And something else, I think we need to change something because we are under some serious pressure. It's highlight after highlight after highlight, but that one, no trouble at all for Hart. Was it the real highlight, or is something actually going to happen here? Costas, Dembele, Afonso Sosa, Bowen, don't lose it, pretty please, don't lose it. Calabria, this is kind of dangerous because I see this guy. So if we lose possession here, they have the whole flank open for a counter-attack. So focus now, guys. Focus. And I'm not focusing. You decide to give it away for no reason at all. You weren't even under pressure. Why do my lads always do that? I feel like they basically enjoys frustrating me. It loves having a laughter on my behalf. Come on, Lapadula, you can win that one. Bowen, come on, put some pressure on him. Oh my god! Look at this goal. Lukaku clears it, but not good enough. And everybody knows how strong Cavani is with his headers. And we are in Nightmare Land. And we have only played for 12 minutes. And I feel like we have already seen like 20 highlights. Yeah, look at this. Lukaku clears it, but... Right, let's pause it. This is not working. We are going to make some early changes here. First off, we're just going to make this change. Then I'm going to give it some time, see what happens. Suma has already picked up a yellow card, so we're going to tell him to not tackle hard anymore. And I want you to act as a box-to-box. And see if this can change anything around. Because we are under some serious pressure right now. We are getting nowhere. And here's Calabria with a throw in, but we are on the wrong side of the pitch. I'm worried already. Focus, guys. Nice, secure passes. No risks here. Costas. Hart. Oh my god. I'm so nervous when the lads are passing it around like this. I'm really nervous. I'm just waiting for a mistake here. That was a bit desperate, but it's a beautiful cross actually for Lapadula. Lapadula, well... I thought it was a desperate cross, but clearly Suma had some thought about it, and it actually turned out to be a pretty decent chance. Here is the corner, and oh, as always for a second in my head, I thought it was going to end a little bit better for us, but that was no trouble at all for Loris in a Tottenham goal. At least since we made the changes, we've been creating a few chances, but as I say that, probably the game going to make me eat my words, because here is Tottenham once again, and they have the possession. They are just passing it around, biding their time, and waiting for us to... guys, put some pressure on them. Beautiful. Here's Bowen. Bowen, look at Lapadula for a beautiful cross for Lapadula. Lapadula into the box. Oh my god. That was... and he's actually... Lapadula is left-footed, so he really should have been able to do something better there. That really looked like if somebody just tried to finish with a weaker foot, and the ball like barely moves. It really looked like that. But clearly that wasn't the case. Because I'm not sure. It was his stronger foot. He really should have been able to do something better from that shot. But looking at statistics, since we changed up our formation, things is actually happening. And look, it's a yellow card, even though we are playing with these soft tackles from the beginning of the fullbacks. So yeah, we've really been struggling. I'm not sure why our fullbacks have been picking up so many yellow cards this season. I don't know. As you can see, it's ease of tackles is the default setting for them. But yeah, since we made those changes, we are creating stuff, creating a lot more chances. I'm considering going attacking. I'm not going to do it ASAP from the start since we are creating chances. But pretty soon, if nothing happens, we will change it up. Here's Calabria, throw in. Sosa, going for Dembele in the middle. Dembele back to Sosa. Bowen, look at the right flank. There's a huge space here. But instead, here's Brannigan. And look at that. There's the equalizer. And he doesn't score often. This is like he very, very rarely score in his position as a defensive midfielder. But that's a very, very important goal. Because we know if we lose this game, they will overtake us. And they will send us to Nightmare Land and take over our spot in Dreamland, in Champions League land. Very, very, very important goal. Hopefully we can keep on creating stuff. But of course, ASAP is Tottenham bouncing back, creating that highlight, putting some pressure on us. And going for the long, long cross to the right flank. There's a lot of Tottenham players in the box. And oh my god, it's an open net for Harry Kane. It's just one dude in Tottenham. You don't want to have an open net. It's definitely not Harry Kane. Because he is no way in hell he's going to miss a chance like that. As always, look at like this defense. You have Harry Kane here, one of the best goal scorers in the world, and we've decided to leave him alone. Like, who cares? It's just Harry Kane. Yes, Harry Kane. And look at this, he's staring at the ball, just jogging around there. Darn it. Something ASAP from the kickoff though. Maybe we can bounce back ASAP. Or maybe it's just the nightmare is going to continue. We'll have to wait and see here for a few more seconds. It's Bowen. Look at the right flank. It's a huge, huge space here for Calabria. Calabria into the box for Lapadula. And it's off the post! It's off the post! That would have been a brilliant comeback if we would have been able to score from the kickoff. But it's not over. Lukaku with a throw-in. Going for Dembele. Heads into the box. Afonso Sosa. And he misses it. And it's a long, long clearance. Suma, no mistake now. No mistake. Don't be stupid. Play it easy. Calabria, Dembele, Costas, Lukaku. Lukaku, what are you doing? Costas. Gnabry. Gnabry has been kind of invisible in this game. We haven't seen him at all till now. Bowen. Brannigan. And here is Gnabry. Maybe it's his time to start shining. Afonso Sosa. Going for a long ball for Calabria. Calabria into the box. And look at this. The goal-scoring machine. Gianluca Lapadula, the top goal scorer of the Premiership, scores. And we have equalized. I think I saw in the information there for a second that this was his 50th goal for Hull. So what a signing he's been. We signed him, I believe it was like 6 million euros. And he's been a god since. A god. A beautiful cross there by Calabria. The two Italian guys linking up beautifully, and we are back in business. And Tottenham with a corner. Are you joking me? Are you kidding me? Why? Game, why? We have just scored and you decide to punch me in the teeth. And as always, look at this. Harry Kane is standing there completely alone with no marking at all. And they just allowed him to score. Oh my god. I feel like every football manager on G-God is not... None of them are on the side. Look at this 6.3 rating for the invisible man himself, Gnabry. You'll have to go. Let's bring in Svensson. See if he can actually get some action going on the left flank. Other than him, the defense, but it doesn't matter much to change the defense around, I believe. So let's see who's tired instead. Browning is tired, but he's playing great. So I think we want to keep him on. We could go for Sosa instead, or Dembele. I think we should go for Dembele and bring in Carbo. Bring him as our box. But they all... What I'm going to do, I'm going to change you around with Brannigan, like that. You're box to box. You're yeah, that's a beautiful solution, I believe. And more Tottenham. Intercepted though. Here's Svensson, he's up getting into action, but as always he loses those second balls. As always. I will complain about it for the rest of this save, I think. And Cavani, another open net. Oh my god. Why are our defense so bad? I even have the instructions for my central defenders to mark tighter. And I haven't seen them mark tighter for this whole series. They are always like 2 meters behind the player. So he is supposed to mark tighter. And then he stands here in the middle, lets Cavani run away alone. That's not marking tighter. Marking tighter, you should be basically impregnating him while he tries to score. So now we have very little time left. We have nothing to lose. We are going to go 2 strikers. Let's bring in Keane here as our second striker. And of course bring you a little bit here. And then we're going to go overload. We have nothing to lose here. We have 2 strikers. We might as well just bump it up. Classic old school English style. We're all in. Let's have a team talk. Talent, push forward. And I feel like this is basically a rerun of the Man United game. This is kind of exactly what happened against Man United. But here is Keane, and so close to create a beautiful chance, but not close enough. Suma, Brannigan, Lukaku, is Keane. Keane wins that one, but we, as always, lose the second ball. And as always, none of our players is marking tighter. They are just running a few meters behind Cavani, and I believe that's the hat-trick. It's game, set, match, and it's time for us to just crawl under a rock and start crying or something. But yeah, we win, as always, we win the first ball, we lose the second one. And that's not marking tighter, that's jogging around like you're on vacation or something and just trying to not get too fat of all the good food and the drinks you're having at the beach. Yep. Clock is ticking away. And here is Svensson with a free kick. And oh my god, that was actually a really, really good one. I think it hit the top bar. But it was a good one, but not good enough. We are heading into extra time, and it's game over. It's definitely game over. We are losing our Champions League spot. We are getting sent down to Nightmare Land. I'm not surprised that we are losing this game. This is a game they should be winning, but still, we really can't be pleased with the way we played. We need to tell them that. Can't be happy. Only guy that did decent is the Lapadula, 8.3 rating, and Cargo here. No, Brannigan, I mean, with 7.3 rating. So many of the other guys was just embarrassing to see. Just embarrassing. So let's take a look at the league table. And of course, at the same time, Liverpool also managed to win, which brings them up to Champions League land, with Tottenham just behind. Even Watford is ahead of us now, and we are down to 7th place. So yeah, things change quickly in this league, going from 4th to 7th place with a blink of an eye. And we are still in the Euro Cup land. It's not a disaster, but I mean, whenever you get to this part, to this place in the table, you start dreaming. But I guess that's it for this episode. Another goal for the Premiership's top goal scorer, and yeah, at least things is going well in the Euro Cup. Let's focus on that. So as always, thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and I'll see you in the next episode.